on the telecast and sharing those details. Meanwhile, some news coming in from United States. The U.S. President Donald Trump has once again raised concerns over alleged USAID's $18 million funding allocation for elections in India and questioning the rationale behind spending substantial amounts abroad instead of focusing on the American voter participation. And Trump suggested reverting to paper ballots and proposed seeking India's assistance with electoral processes. Let's in fact listen into what exactly he said.
In Moldova, $29 million goes to strengthen the political landscape and help them out so that they can vote for a radical left communist in Bangladesh. You had to see who they supported. You wouldn't believe, yeah, you would believe it. Nobody in this room would be in that group. $20 million for fiscal federalism and $19 million for biodiversity in Nepal. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. $18 million for helping India with its elections. Why the hell? Why don't we just go to all paper ballots? Let them help us with their elections, right? Voter ID. Wouldn't that be nice? We're giving money to India for elections. They don't need money. They take advantage of us pretty good. One of the highest tariff nations in the world. We try and sell something, they have a 200% tariff, and then we're giving them a lot of money to help.
Aditya, we've earlier also talked about this, the USAID funding row that has been erupting, and now we have seen that multiple statements over the past week have been given by Donald Trump, and once again he has talked about the USAID funding, and now that he has talked about in the electoral processes in India as well. So what are the details that are coming in?
Well, Ria, what we see, if we hear that, Donald Trump laid emphasis that, we have got our internal problems as well, and why should this funding go to India or any other country, Yeah, like in his previous tenure also, when he was the former, he was also the US president, former also. So at that time also, he was, absolutely anti-leftism. And now also he has said that, in Bali, when he gave the reference of Bangladesh, he said that, all this money is being sent to get a left-leaning government in Bangladesh. And as far as India is concerned, he earlier said that, why should a political party, why should funds be spent on the political to enhance the political participation in India to elect any other government? As we already know that U.S. President Donald Trump shares a very close camaraderie with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He specifically mentioned that it should be known to India that from within through the passage of USAID sort of a political to alter the political. There are attempts being made from America to alter the political results, and in this context, this can be seen, and it is actually very concerning at the moment. Yes, Ria.
We also have with us Sanjeev Srivastava, international affairs expert, joining us on the telecast. Sanjeev Srivastava, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast, and good morning to you. And when we're talking about USAID funding, we've been seeing that this is something that has been going on for quite some time, and it has been racked up not just by Donald Trump, but also by Dr. S.J. Shankar as well, and various leaders from the political arena, where we have seen Bharatiya Janata Party leaders and Congress talk about this. So when we see Congress demands the white paper on this, and on the other hand, BJP continues to double down its attack on this. But when we're talking about Donald Trump on this is his fourth statement till now on USAID. He has been continuously talking about this, and now he has stated that he has also doubled down on his criticism for high tariffs in India as well, and he has stated that they take advantage of the US also, and as well as he has also addressed on the fact that when we're talking about $18 million for helping India with its election, this was his statement. He has stated that they should also talk about that why don't they also go back to the old paper ballot system, and India should be helping them with their elections as well. So what exactly is your take on this situation that we're seeing around USAID?
Well, I think, Ria, this clearly indicates that United States of America's deep state under the Biden administration and previous such administrations have been deeply involved in the interference process of interference of election process in India. That is quite clear. And Department of Government Efficiency, which has been set up by Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, is investigating these matters. And new exposures are being done every day with regard to various corrupt practices which were going on in the U.S. system, and USAID is one of them. And USAID has been giving this kind of money for bringing about regime change in various countries. And they were interfering into election processes of various countries, including the largest democracy on the planet, that is India. That is quite clear. So I think when Donald Trump has doubled down and is repeatedly talking about this, then it is high time that we carry out a very intense, thorough investigation. Though MEA, our Ministry of External Affairs, has already started an investigation, and we have to just wait and see what kind of a report comes up from our investigation, our MEA, which is conducting it. But a thorough investigation is certainly required. And if I've been saying it on your channel also and various other places too, that there must be some kind of mechanism evolved in our system too, like a DOGE in the United States of America, which carries out this kind of investigations of various departments, and deep state elements are very much there in our country too. And these kind of investigations must be done so that our system could also become efficient, like what President Donald Trump is trying to make. So I think this is a fight against deep state elements. This is a great task Donald Trump administration is doing, and such kind of such kind of investigations are required in our country too. So I would say that when President Donald Trump is repeatedly and time and again raising up this issue, doubling it down, then also I think we have to take it very seriously. And as you have mentioned about the statement of our External Affairs Minister, and also various such voices are coming up with regard to having an intense, thorough investigation. So I think I hope that this kind of the task which has begun from the United States of America against deep state elements, against these corrupt practices, will continue, and this must continue. And I believe that if we have to make our nation a Viksit Bharat, or when President Donald Trump says that they want to make America great again, that kind of vision can only be realized when we fight against corruption, when we fight against deep state elements, when we fight against such, negative mindset which carries out various kind of disruptive activities all across the world. And obviously, deep state elements of the United States of America under Biden administration and previous administration, they have been targeting Prime Minister Modi and his government, that is quite sure. And they have been trying to put this government down, put the image of India down. So I think a very deep conspiracy was hatched to target Prime Minister Modi and to lower down the image of India, which is constantly rising as a global power. So I think this is a great task which has begun in the United States of America. I hope it follows through in India too, and India also carries out a thorough investigation, and those who are responsible for such kind of corrupt practices are brought to justice sooner than later.
All right, Sanjeev Srivastava, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast and sharing those details.